Yes, and another bad day for Elon Musk and Tesla. They're having to recall pretty much all of the Cybertrucks they've made for the US so far because of a fault. And this is not just an over-the-air fix that they have to do. It is a physical fix, so it's a proper physical recall. That's the story for today. Hi, I'm JJ. Welcome back. Let's get into it. As you can see from this headline, Tesla recalls over 46,000 Cybertrucks, and another bummer for Tesla stock. And yes, Tesla stock's been going down as I've been reporting. And this headline, as well as many headlines about this, Elon Musk's Tesla recalls most Cybertrucks after parts fall off. And that is not a headline that any car company wants to see. And this from Electric: Tesla recalls all Cybertrucks ever made over trim falling off. And you can see that, and it was in the thumbnail as well. Parts peeling off the things dropping off the machine. And it says here, Tesla has recalled all Cybertrucks ever made and delivered in the US over a trim falling off the electric truck, which can be a dangerous hazard if it happens while driving. A week ago, they reported that Tesla had quietly put a containment hold on Cybertruck deliveries. And here, that was when they had this headline: Tesla Cybertruck deliveries are on hold as trims are flying off the bulletproof truck. So not so bulletproof. And we can see in this photo, this is what it is, that trim along the side there. The cant rail, or is it the can't rail? It can't stay on the thing. The cant rail trim is decorative trim that covers the roof ledge of the vehicle for the Cybertruck. And they say, despite the fact that Tesla has claimed that the Cybertruck is bulletproof and made out of an exoskeleton, Elon made a big deal out of that. The electric truck's build is actually much closer to the traditional unibody system rather than exoskeleton. So yes, it hasn't gone to plan. The Cybertruck is not going very well. And as well as that trim problem, people have been posting things like this, where this front panel is peeling off this one. So they say images of the Cybertruck's front plate being held by glue has recently been circulating on social media. And that is part of the problem here, the glue that they use. They're gluing things on and they're peeling off. So the company confirmed that it added up to 46,096 Cybertrucks, which represent all Cybertrucks in the US. That's the main point. So basically all Cybertrucks have had this problem. On affected vehicles, the cant rail stainless steel panel may delaminate at the adhesive joint, which may cause the panel to separate from the vehicle. So this meme here explains what people might be thinking and feeling when they see these kinds of headlines, see these kinds of stories, and they're having trouble selling the Cybertruck. The car salesman slaps the roof and the whole thing explodes. Not quite, but if that's the perception, this is what happens when you have so many recalls. And it's an expensive vehicle. This is not a cheap vehicle that you'd expect to fall apart like this. The difference with the old trim is that the new one will have a better adhesive assembly, so basically better glue, they're saying, and a stud with a nut clamping the steel panel to the vehicle structure. Now, this does sound similar to the accelerator problem they had with the cover of the accelerator coming off, and they basically, bolted it in place or riveted it in place, and that was the fix. And this too, more problems for the Cybertruck. Tesla confirms it can't sell the Cybertruck even with tax credit. So they are having a big trouble here. And then just not selling as many as Elon really wanted to, what he expected to. And here are some of the figures here. I'm not going to read this out, but it said it's expected they'll deliver 7,000 to 8,000 in Q1. These Q1 numbers are going to be pretty interesting when they do come out. Is it no wonder that Elon enlisted Trump to try and sell Teslas at the White House? He's in that position because he paid Trump's campaign more than $250 million. So Trump's willing to even act as a car salesman on the driveway of the White House. I'm sure you saw that from, if you've seen any of my past videos, I covered that. It was absolutely ridiculous. Trump officials' promotion of Tesla flops as shares sink again. So it did lift the stock for a while there. It remains to be seen whether it helps to sell cars. Maybe it won't. I mean, they're giving a big push to sell to MAGA people, which we'll see more of in a minute. And this too, JP Morgan says Tesla is about to have a bad time. So the analysts saying, what's this first quarter going to be like with all the protests going on? I'm sure you've seen some videos about that. I've made plenty of videos about the protests. The firm cut Tesla's delivery forecast by 20% and said that stock could eventually drop even more to US dollars 120 per share. So that is still quite a drop from where it is now, even though it's dropped 50% already. And we have this just today, or in the last 24 hours, Commerce Secretary urges Fox News viewers to buy Tesla stock. Elon Musk is probably the best person to bet on. We had Trump saying buy Teslas, and now we've got the Commerce Secretary literally going on Fox News to talk about it. And this is the segment here. He's pumping Tesla stock on Fox News, which I've said it seems to be like the Trump regime state media at this point. It really is. And, you know, every time we see it, it's something that is a bit like this. But we are going to see the clip anyway. I'll react to some of it.
But Elon and Trump probably going to come out on top with a skinnier government and a prosperous nation for all. Howard Lutnick, the United States Secretary of Commerce. So, Secretary, how are you interpreting firebombing Teslas?
I mean, this is just so outrageous. You have probably the best entrepreneur, the best technologist, the best leader of any set of companies in America working for America, and you have this sort of weird side of the Democratic Party attacking him. Let me remind you,
so he's implying here, like Elon did, that the Democratic Party has something to do with this kind of vandalism, which, I mean, it seems really far-fetched. There's a lot of protests going on. The people are angry at Elon because of DOGE. I've been through this in previous videos.
The guy who saved the astronauts, and he's the guy who's going to build the next generation technology. I think if you want to learn something on this show tonight, buy Tesla. It's unbelievable that this guy's stock is this cheap. It'll never be this cheap again. When people understand the things he's building, the robots he's building, the technology he's building, people are going to be dreaming of today and Jesse Waters and thinking, gosh, I should have bought Elon Musk's stock. I mean, who wouldn't invest in Elon Musk? You got to be kidding.
All right, so you're
He was laughing there. It's like they can't keep a straight face. He can't even say this. It's so much propaganda that does he actually believe this? And he says it'll never be cheaper. Well, he might eat his words there. We'll have to see. As I said, JP Morgan disagrees. There are analysts that disagree. We're just going to have to see. There's no financial advice. And I don't think that he should be saying things like that. I mean, is he allowed to? Well, they're gutting the SEC, so maybe it's not a problem. The golden age of fraud. It's somebody from the government telling people to buy, saying you should buy, and it's Fox News here. I mean, the viewers here, will they do it? I mean, Trump pumped a meme coin and a lot of people bought it, and so will this be the same? I don't know. Will it pump the stock? Is it literally pumping the stock? It can't even keep a straight face. It's total propaganda.
calling the bottom. This is it.
Whether today's the bottom or not, I tell you what, Elon Musk is probably the best person to bet on I've ever met. And I think we all know that. I mean, gosh, in the same week that he saves astronauts with his rockets that he invented, imagine that. He's building the coolest robots you've ever seen. Go online and look up Optimus. It is the coolest thing you've ever seen. We're all going to be buying robots. They're going to cost about $30,000. You're going to be buying a Tesla robot, and anybody who doesn't buy a Tesla robot is going to be silly. No one's going to be keying anything. Elon Musk is the best entrepreneur and technologist in America,
All right.
and I bet on.
So he can't, he's pumping the Optimus robot, saying that they're going to be $30,000. Elon said that the Cybertruck was going to be $40,000, ended up being $100,000.
I wish I was allowed.
Secretary,
but I'm not allowed to buy any stock.
I gotta stop.
He's not allowed to buy any stock, but he's pumping it. I think he already owns stock. There was an article saying that he owns stock there, so he is talking his own book, pumping the stock there, but he says he's not allowed to buy it. But I think he does own some.
We're going to have $30,000 robots soon that I can buy and boss around and get them to do chores. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely.
When?
Go online and look up Optimus.
When do I get a robot?
I think he says at the end of 26, he's going to start making tons of robots, 27
And his timelines are always, they're always spot on, aren't they?
28. He thinks 2028, you and I are each going to have 5 robots each.
5
and
each?
They're going to mow our lawn, and they're going to make us coffee.
Yeah, look at them laughing. They can't, look, they don't believe, they
And
don't
they're
even
going to make our
believe
bed, and then we're going to figure out that because they're online, they're going to fix our bathroom and renovate our bathroom. I'm telling you, we're both going to have really nice bathrooms.
Look at them laughing. They can't keep a straight face about this. There's no way that they actually believe this. It's like they're pumping it because they were told to, or Trump said go on this program and pump it.
Money's out of a job, but my bathroom's going to be sparkling clean. God help us all.
So in other news, the used Tesla market is crumbling. So, you know, people are selling their cars. There's boycott going on. A lot of liberals who own Teslas are trying to sell them, and I think they're becoming more difficult to sell as well. And we've got Troy Tesla here, who follows the delivery numbers really closely. He says here that he's had an accuracy of 97.4% over the past 12 quarters, and he thinks that Tesla deliveries this quarter in Q1 2025 are expected to be the lowest of the last 10 quarters. And he's going to give an update on that at the end of the month. So it is going to be interesting to see these numbers in the first quarter with all the boycotts and on the other side, the Trump administration pumping the stock, pumping the cars, selling the cars in the White House on the lawn. And here we have Marques Brownlee, who you probably know is a technology reporter, reviewer on YouTube, huge audience. And he bought a Roadster. And he's now saying on X, tweeting out, aged like milk. And he got a lot of pushback here from evangelicals about this. But he ordered a Roadster. So note the date, in 2017. So it's been that many years and it still hasn't been bought out. And Elon, in an earnings call recently, he was asked about the Roadster and he says, We'd love to be working on it. And then he corrected himself, said, we are working on it because people have paid a lot of money. I think there's like something like $250 million people have paid for this. And people are starting to say, where is it? It's the definition of vaporware, to have people pay for a product, promise a lot. And there are the specs there that are promised, which are pretty impressive, that he sold it on and they have not delivered. That's vaporware. And we have the memes to go along with it, the boycott here, which is I think is affecting the stock price overall and affecting sales as well. We'll have to see about that. But talking about the boycotts, we've got MAGA people saying boycott Bud Light, boycott Target, boycott the NFL. Remember the whole go woke, go broke thing. And now on the other side, boycott Tesla, and they're going nuts because now they support Tesla, they support Elon, and there's a lot of protesting going on. And here we have Elon, who went on Fox News. My last couple of videos were about this, the interview that he did there where he was saying everybody's being mean to me. And somebody called this on YouTube the hilariously ironic placement of YouTube's play button on this video. By the way, if you're getting value out of this episode so far, I really appreciate it if you remember to hit that like button to help the algorithm to spread to more people. It really does help. Thanks. And we've got this kind of thing as well. I am such a victim. Why do people hate me so much? Which is basically what he was saying in that Fox News interview. He can't understand why people hate him so much. I think he's gaslighting about there. I think he knows exactly why people aren't liking him for DOGE and all the things that he's doing. But oh well, I can't worry about that now. I have to get back to illegally destroying jobs, critical government services, Social Security, Medicaid, and respect for America. And respect for America, giving that salute, that is not respect. And then we have things like this that people have been pointing out recently because he's been saying, I have never done anything wrong, I've never hurt anybody. And politically, he has said things like this. This was about the UK, I think. He said civil war is brewing, and this was around the UK elections, I think, and there were riots in the UK. And then he said civil war is inevitable, really irresponsible, and to cry victim at this point when he's saying things like this. And we have this from London, a new sort of activist video, or it's really just a funny one where they went to a Tesla showroom and tried to put an air freshener, a new air freshener in the car. There's a lot of interesting protest things coming out of London. We might have seen those posters. Anyway, let's look at this one.
I'll ask you to move yourself from the car, then move that air freshener.
I feel like it's helping the brand. We've been here today to launch a brand new product at Tesla's flagship London store. Unfortunately, they hated it. I've been sent by the marketing team. Obviously, the whole salute thing's been a bit of a PR disaster. So
Okay.
it covers the stench of fascism. It just gets rid of the smell. Not entirely. Obviously, it still smells of fascism a bit. Free air freshener.
Why not?
It's Musk be gone. It gets rid of the stench of fascism. Can I interest you in a free air freshener today, sir?
Yeah.
It just feels like if I remove it, the smell will come back. So I don't know.
Okay, so that was pretty clever, wasn't it? And we got this from Electric. Tesla accounting raising red flags as report shows $1.4 billion missing. I'm not going to get into the weeds on this one, but there have been accusations of this, of fraud and accounting irregularities from time to time. Nothing's really ever stuck yet. There have been some court cases about it, but this is reported in the Financial Times, which is pretty serious. 1.4 billion is a lot to fall through the cracks, even for Tesla. I'm not going to get deep into this, perhaps in another video, especially if the story keeps going. As Tesla's car sales and share price plummet in response to Elon Musk's political and physical stances, we would like to draw readers' attention to something puzzling in the group's accounts. You can check out the article in the Financial Times if you want to. It does go in depth into it, and it does seem like they have found something, but we'll have to see. There may be other reasons for it, but it is a lot of money that seems to have actually gone missing. So what do you think about all this? Do you think that the Cybertruck is pretty much done? They're definitely having trouble selling the thing, it seems. It's nowhere near what Elon Musk thought, and it's his baby. He really designed it, and it's been a flop. And so this is just adding to Tesla's woes with the protests and everything. What do you think about this? Do you think this is going to hurt Tesla, and what do you think is going to happen in this quarter's earnings? Do you think that things are going to look really bad and it will drive the stock price down, and Elon's reputation, Elon's wealth, all that stuff that the protests are wanting to do? Let me know in the comments what you think about this. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm going to put a related video right there, a link. Go and see that now if you want to, and also a subscribe link on screen. Do subscribe now if you want to see more of this kind of thing in the future if you're not subscribed already. I'm doing these daily. So thanks for watching this one, and I'll see you in the next one.